In this video, you're going to learn simple ways to make one chord sound amazing on guitar. Believe it or not, you can create very dynamic, expressive, and interesting music just by remaining on a single chord. With just a few simple tricks, without the complex music theory, you can create some amazing sounds. The best part is these chords are simple to play. No harder than your standard open chords, but they sound a whole lot better, and there's not a single bar chord in sight. Before we get into this video, if you could like it, I'd love it. That'll push it out there into the world of YouTube. If you like the content I release each week and haven't already, I'd love it if you could subscribe to the channel. And in the description below this video, there is a link to an ebook with video examples that is all about getting started on fingerpicking guitar without the boring drills and exercises. Just stuff that's simple and sounds great right off the bat. Okay, including some of the ideas we covered today, but a whole lot more. So if you like the sound of that, check that out as well. All right, let's get to it. The first chord we're going to have a look at here is just A minor. Simple, common chord, often played as an open chord, or we can play it as a bar chord, of course. We can play it up here. But there's so many other ways we can play this chord. So I'm going to play a little vamp here that uses this beautiful A minor add 9 and another version of that same chord a little higher up on the fretboard, A minor add 9. And if I just put a little finger picking pattern to that, we get this. Right, so very simple, lots of open strings. This is the key here because it sounds beautiful, those resonating open strings against the fretted notes higher up on the fretboard. You're used to hearing them down here, but not up in these areas. And the open strings can give us an opportunity or more time to get back, right? Here I finish on the quarter note, so there's a bit more time. When I go to this A minor add 9, there's an open string and an open string to begin on the return chord there. Okay, how beautiful does that sound as opposed to just picking on an A minor chord? Nothing wrong with that by any stretch, but we can expand up and get these beautiful sounds. So there's one example. The other thing to mention here is we can move. It's still A minor, but I'm moving between two different voicings, so it creates movement over the static harmony of A minor. So that's one of the key things here that can create beautiful sounding music whilst staying on a single chord, in this case A minor. Next up we have D minor. So of course we can play D minor open chord, we can play a D minor root 5 bar chord or a D minor root 6. These are all great chords to use. I will use them often, but we can do a whole lot more. So I'm going to play a little vamp here that moves between two different positions, and it goes like this. Right? That's all across the tonality of a D minor chord. Beautiful sounds with the open strings again resonating against the fretted notes. If we look at this first chord, you might think, hang on, that's D suspended 2. That's not a minor chord. Correct. But it's not a major chord either. Suspended chords get rid of the third with either the 2 or the 4, typically, in this case the 2, being the open E. So when we get rid of the third, it's neither major or minor, because the third is the difference between a major and a minor chord. It's flatted for the minor. So when we get rid of it, it's kind of ambiguous, and it will work on across both the major tonality and the minor tonality. So it works great here for D minor, and then we take the same shape, just a nice little pattern there or shape there, that if we move up 3 frets we get this really nice D minor 9 chord, which sounds beautiful, right? So it's real simple because it's the same shape, and then we just have a little picking pattern that goes with that with the open strings. Okay, so one of many ways you could really create a beautiful sound across a D minor chord. Next up we have G major. So of course we can play G major open chord, we can play G major root 6 bar chord, G major root 5, but there are many different ways we can play G major across the fretboard. So I'm going to play a little vamp here that works down the fretboard all across the tonality of a G major chord, and it goes like this. Okay, so I'm moving down G6 chords basically. The open E makes it a G6, but with any of these chords I'm showing you today, you don't have to understand the theory behind it to play it and to get these beautiful sounds, okay? But when we do add and keep these open strings as we move some shapes around, it does interact with the chord and extend upon the chord a lot of the time. So these are all G6 type chords. Got a little shape up here on the 2nd and 4th strings, which then moves down to the 9th and 8th frets, but all the while I'm staying on the 2nd and 4th strings, and then down here in the 3rd position, right? So little G6 with a D in the bass, G6 with a B in the bass, and then G6 in a open position. So with that one, I'm moving through 3 different chords. The previous 2 examples were just 2 chords. You can move through as many as you like, depends how long you've got. Now we come to an E minor chord, everyone's favorite, right, on the guitar, E minor. So we can play it as a full open 6-string chord here, of course. We can play it as a root 5 minor bar chord, and we can play it as a root 6 minor bar chord. But again, we can play it many different ways. So I'm going to play a little vamp here across an E minor chord, and it goes like this. Okay, so like the D minor example, we're using the same shape for the E minor here versus the E minor down here. Up here it's just a straight E minor chord. Down here when we move the shape with the open strings droning, we get an E minor 9 chord because of this F sharp note under our 2nd finger. And then I'm just applying a simple little picking pattern, and then moving it down and doing the same pattern. Whatever that pattern is, I'm varying it now, right? But you get the idea. You can do any sort of pattern on these chords, right? Or you can sort of strum them or pick the notes together, whatever you like to do, but it's just giving you ideas of beautiful sounding chords that are simple to play, all the open strings resonating to create more interest rather than just sitting there on a single E minor chord. So the final chord we're going to look at today is good old C major. We can play a C major open chord, of course. We can play C major root 5 bar chord, C major root 6 bar chord, all great chords to use, but again, more we can do with a C chord on the guitar. So I'm going to play a little shape up here, using droning open strings again against higher fretted notes. And this is a C major 7 with an E in the bass. And then I'm going to move down to what is just a straight up C chord. However, we've got these droning notes of open strings, but all straight from a C major chord, no extensions there. So I'm just going to put a finger picking pattern to that, and we get a little vamp like this. Okay, really simple but really effective. Again, moving between 2 different voicings of a C major chord, and that could, all these examples today pretty much could be played over somebody just playing on the static chord too. So I encourage you to learn these examples, experiment with them, vary them up, add your own ideas, try them in all sorts of different contexts, because there's so much you can do with harmony on the guitar that extends beyond just simple open chords and bar chords. If you liked this video, you'll love this ebook complete with video examples called Quick Start Fingerpicking. 5 simple ways to sound great fast. If you're new to fingerpicking or have tried before but feel stuck, you're just 5 simple hacks away from creating beautiful fingerpicking music. Inside this ebook, you'll find proven techniques designed for beginners that deliver almost instant results. Forget the complicated exercises and boring practice drills. These fingerpicking hacks will help you play music that sounds rich, advanced, and downright impressive from day one. Click the link in the description below this video and download your free ebook complete with video examples, Quick Start Fingerpicking, 5 Simple Ways to Sound Great Fast. You'll have it in your inbox within minutes. Let me know in the comments what acoustic guitar topics you'd like to see in future videos. I always love to hear from people and their suggestions. I read them and a lot of them do become future videos on the channel. So don't be shy, drop us a line, let us know what you'd like to see. If you like this video, then hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and of course hit the all important notification bell button so YouTube can tell you when I've released a new video. This is Simon Candy from acousticguitarlessonsonline.net. As always, thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. I really do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.